India is a unique and brilliant country, though with many traditions and various cultures. It also has a rich history in the world. Some background on India is that it is the second largest population in the world. It is home to 1,241,491,960 people. With this population, there are many different societal groups within it. Demographically, India is split up between North and South India. There are different characteristics associated with each one. There are different foods, traditions, economical statuses, and tourist attractions. The person who I interviewed is from South India. His name is Rohan Bhagarva. The specific aspects that I'll be talking about in my speech are arranged marriages, food, and tourism. Many Indians partake in arranged marriages. There are many different ways to go about arranging marriages. First, the families can talk face-to-face with each other. Another way is that families can go on websites and through the local community and look at different families. Another way to do is to hire a matchmaker, where the family gives the portrait of one of their children, and the matchmaker then looks in their database and sees to find who is the best fit for the person. There are also some qualifications that the couple must abide by. They must be in the same religion, be in the same caste, have the same horoscope, which this is good because history shows that if they're in the same horoscope, they have a better percentage of having a better marriage. And they must also be in the same profession and social statuses. According to Rohan, 95% of marriages are arranged in India. The consensus of arranged marriages in India is that most people like it. Rohan also told me that India has the lowest divorce rate of any country in the world. The way arranged marriages are performed is that a priest marries the people like in American weddings, and they also have after parties which have dancing, singing, and eating, also like American weddings. And these are some pictures of couples in arranged marriages. Moving on, I will now talk about the food of India. Food is a big staple of India. Common foods are rice, naan, which is flatbread, you can see there, wheat, and lentils. One of these foods can always be found in almost any dish. Spices are also a big part of India and Indian cuisine. Most of the food is cooked in oil. The different oils are vegetable, peanut, mustard, coconut, sesame, and soybean. Depending on where you're from in India, depends on what you cook your food in. There are also eating restrictions due to religious views. Hindus cannot eat beef, and Muslim Indians cannot eat pork. The eating habits are very similar to that of Americans. They go through breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast normally consists of a healthy food with a beverage, either tea or coffee. Lunch is usually, the main course is rice with 2 or 3 different vegetables along with it. And dinner is very much like rice as well. After these 2 courses, the Indians normally eat pan, which is betel leaves, and it aids in digestion. That's pan right there, the green leaves. Another thing that they eat afterwards is supar, which is a type of mint that's very strong and helps freshen your breath. The etiquette of most Indians is that most eat with utensils, but Rohan also informed me that the traditional way to eat food is with your hands, no matter what the food is, except soup, obviously. And spale is another form of snack that the Indians like to eat. For my last point, I'll be talking about tourism. Tourism in India is very popular as well. It is a big part of Indian economy. It is the largest service industry in India and is 6.23% of the national GDP and 8.78% of the total employment in India. In 2010, 5.78 million tourists internationally came to India, and in 2011, 6.18 million tourists came to India. Most of these tourists consisted of Americans and Great Britain. Rohan also told me that the most popular sites to see are the Taj Mahal obviously the palace that the royalty used to live in India, and Rajasthan is a town or city that is home to many temples and monuments. The most popular city to visit in India is Bombay. And like I said earlier, India is divided into north and south. And between this north and south, there are different attractions associated with the beach. The north usually consists of palace, temples, and monuments, while the south usually consists of beaches, mountains, and hiking. Ways to find different tourist attractions are through the internet, and in India they have different ads and TVs and billboards. The people in India all speak English, so it's easy to communicate with the natives. As you can see, these are only 3 small characteristics of India. India is a place full of fascinating things. One cannot talk about the characteristics in one speech, but I hope you all have a better understanding of the concept of arranged marriages, the cuisine of India, and the tourism of India. India is a very different